What's happening, my shipfolk? Today we're going to take a look at the Tier 6 premium ship Monahan, which will be earnable through missions in the very near future. The USS Monaghan was the last Farragut-class destroyer launched and was present during the attack on Pearl Harbor. She opened fire on attacking aircraft and scored one of the first naval victories for the US when she rammed and sank a midget submarine that had entered the harbor. Present at Midway and other operations in the Pacific, she sadly met her fate during Typhoon Cobra, where she capsized and sank. There were only 6 survivors. Let me begin this preview with somewhat of an odd preface. Monahan is not a great ship. Yeah, I know, right? Not really what you want to hear at the beginning of a preview. But, and there's a big but here, she is a... there's a big but here. See what I did? That was completely by accident. Anyhow, she's a fun ship. At least I found her to be fun. I think it's important to understand when reviewing, previewing, and playing ships that good and fun are two very separate things. Sometimes we often lose sight of this. I'm a firm believer that every ship can be fun under the right circumstances, and that every ship will have players that love it. I'm sure even the Krasny Krim has devout followers, no matter how misguided they might be. The point is, a ship doesn't have to be an amazing ship to be a lot of fun. Maybe I've been playing high-tier battles so much as of late that I've forgotten how much fun mid-tier battles can be in general. Or maybe my skill is such that I can take advantage of an average to mediocre ship and make it work in those tiers. I don't know. Bottom line is that in testing the Monahan, I had a lot of fun, played highly recklessly, and reaped the benefits of it. The Monahan is a bit of an oddball. You have 2 very different hull options. The first grants you your normal array of 4 guns. In addition to that, you get standard Tier 6 USN torpedoes with a range of 6.4 kilometers and a top speed of 64 knots. The ship is very Farragut-esque. One thing that you get that USN destroyers generally do not receive is a torpedo reload boost option. Nice, huh? Well, the problem here is that with 6-kilometer torps, if you get that close to use them, you may not survive to use that reload boost. And these aren't the 3-second reload torpedo boost modules, it's the longer 30-second reload module. It also doesn't help that you have pretty much no stealth buffer with these torpedoes whatsoever. You do have another option though. By upgrading to the B hull, you get torpedoes with 9.2 kilometer range. They're slow though, 55 knots. Does this sound familiar yet? It should. These are Sims torpedoes, or sea mines as they're more affectionately called. I haven't even got to the best part, and by best, I really mean the worst part. If you take the B hull, you only have 2 deck guns. Yeah, dos, do, as in 1+1, pew pew, and that's it, no other pew pew. AA replaces your rear mounts. So yes, this ship is an oddball indeed, but I made it work, and I had fun in it. At Tier 6, if you find lone battleships, you can pretty much charge them and attack them with your torps point blank. The Monahan is nimble enough. You can literally juke most battleship shots. That begs the question though. If you fire point blank, why do you need the longer range torpedoes? That indeed is a good question. I personally feel more comfortable having the ability to stealth fire and create that lovely wall of skill with long range torps. Despite being as slow as they are, 20 torpedoes are bound to find home somewhere. The battleships at this tier of gameplay aren't the fastest, and the players generally do little to avoid torpedoes. Having only 2 guns is problematic, so if you elect to go the B hull route, don't expect to do too much damage with them. I mean, it is feasible to start fires and cause some damage against enemies, but I prefer to be concealed when using them. If you attempt to go mono-e-mono against the destroyer, make sure you have an extreme health advantage. Another item worth mentioning. While I enjoy this ship playing against similar tiers, if you're bottom tiered, expect life to be very, very unfun. That's just the way it is. Despite the ship's shortcomings, it can be a fun ship if you don't set your expectations too high. The slow-moving wall of skill is laughable, and somewhat reminiscent of a slow flow of lava inching its way across the map. If you play this ship ultra-aggressive, you might be rewarded handsomely. The bonus is, you'll have a chance to earn the ship for pretty much free. Who can argue with that? I wouldn't expect this ship to be a go-to for a large majority of players. I wouldn't expect to see this ship as a go-to for ranked. Though if rank goes back to tier 6, I wouldn't doubt seeing a few players testing the waters with her every now and then. Wallop torps can be good for area denial, but I don't think I'd want to go into rank with only 2 guns. If it were me, I would avoid her like the plague. Still, I can see this ship finding its way into the hearts of some players out there. There's just something about the Monahan. It's got that je ne sais quoi. I can't pinpoint it, and I still find this unbelievable because by all rights I shouldn't like her, especially because of the 2 guns on the B-hull, but I do like her. I don't love her, but I can make her work. I think a lot of you might be able to as well. It's a kick back and shoot the ship kind of ship. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and all of that other stuff YouTube people want you to do. Blah, 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 blah. I wish you good fortune in all the wars to come. Zoop out.